59, 58, 57. The minutes ticked by. The control room on the ground carried out the mandatory checks and cross-checks. The buzz of the engines and machines formed a constant humming sound in the background. 37, 36. Arushi sat with her hands clutched together and butterflies in her stomach. In half an hour, they would leave not just the familiarity of home, but the entire planet and life as they knew it. 29, 28, 27. Arushi tried to concentrate hard and focus on the primordial energy prevalent in the universe. She was a part of that energy, as was everything else. She remembered the words of her mother, heard countless number of times when they prayed before the evening drinks. When she was a little girl and was happy to watch the stars sitting on her mother's knee. 16, 15. She could no longer concentrate. Tears welled up in her eyes. She didn't want to go anymore. She wanted to go home, to her mother. Everything would be all right then. 9, 8, 7. Stop! She wanted the countdown to stop. She wanted to unstrap out of a seat and get out and run away from the rocket. 3, 2, 1. A ball of lead rolled in her stomach. The rocket was off with the roar and a speed that would help it escape from the planet's gravity. They were off, on their way to Earth, headed towards the ancient home. Into the void of space, into the inert, massless vacuum, the spacecraft, a tiny speck in the vast interstellar space of the galaxy, which was just one among the billions and billions of them. Space, which belongs to no one and is attached to nothing, cold, dark, shapeless, without any attributes, nirgun, nirakar. But 16 beating hearts and 16 conscious minds were heading from the only known planet which supported intelligent life to the only known planet that had given rise to life. The journey had begun. Now there was no looking back. These are the lines from my book, All the Way Home, a science fiction novel published recently. If you love reading about astonishing worlds and unimaginable possibilities, come with me as I take you on a short trip through the plot of this novel. The story begins in the 6th millennium or 10,000 years after the final wars have wiped out the human race on Earth. Descendants of the enterprising men and women who had escaped the catastrophe are now settled on planet Svarg, an ideal world revolving around the star Ravi. Through planetary engineering, Svarg's atmosphere has been modified to make it most suitable for human settlement. The humans themselves are now an enlightened race, compassionate and creative, who can voluntarily end their life when they have had enough of it. They are winged and photosynthetic beings with the capacity of their senses enhanced through genetic engineering. On this heavenly world lives Arushi, a sprightly 3-year-old. She is a gifted child with extraordinary intelligence and a keen perceptive mind. All through her growing years, she shares a special bond with her mother. Elsewhere on this planet, Sherlock Winder is a leading scientist who is keen to solve the riddle of life. Despite all their scientific advances, the humans on Svarg have never been able to create life from non-living matter. Sherlock believes that fundamental questions about the origin of life can only be solved by looking for clues on the planet where life originated, Earth. He proposes a mission to Earth where a select crew of young scientists will spend a year and conduct experiments. When Arushi is 15, she is selected as a potential crew member. She undergoes extensive training at the academy for 5 years and makes it to the final list of crew members for her knowledge of ancient civilization that once flourished on Earth. The crew travels a distance of 5 light years in a spaceship that uses star power and warp drive. This shrinks the travel time for the crew to 1 year, out of which 9 months are spent in hibernation. On reaching Earth, the crew divides into 3 teams who set up camps in 3 different continents. Arushi's team builds its dwelling units and laboratory on the banks of a vast lake in a land that was called India by the ancient civilization. Each member of the team gets busy with his or her respective tasks, and Arushi begins to explore the globe for the remains of the ancient civilization. She collects thousands of artifacts from excavation sites and begins to piece together the story of the fallen civilization. She also develops a romantic relationship with Agnan, her teammate. As their period on Earth nears the end, Arushi is tempted to take one last excavation to search for objects from the pre-war years on Earth. She travels to the north and begins digging on the dry land near an ancient river. On the last day of her camp, she finds a time capsule dating from the 3rd millennium, 2000 years before the final wars. As she unravels its contents, she stumbles upon an uncanny discovery. She learns something that answers questions beyond the physical origin of life, a transcendental revelation that crosses the boundaries of space and time. Sounds interesting? Then order a copy of the book today and get lost in a journey from Swarg back to Earth, an exploration of how both time and space are relative, a search into the deep meaning of human relationships. The book is available on Amazon and Flipkart. Get your copy today. I'd love to hear from you, so drop a line to archanamirazkar@gmail.com or DM me on Twitter. Happy reading!